and you'd be like, you'd want to get your first pass off in the game.
Don't get the ball away.
Yeah, just you'd almost want to build into a game, build your confidence. He's got that thing as if he's playing like he's 26 and he's been playing all his life. And he is very, very special.
And important goals as well. Obviously stepping up with Havertz and Gabriel Jesus, unavailable to Arsenal at the moment. We can see since he scored those 2 goals on February the 15th against Leicester, when he was first time he'd ever been played as a forward in his career, Arteta just saw something in him, put him up top, and he scored 6 goals in those 10 games since then. Only Marco Asensio at Aston Villa and Bruno Fernandes at Man United have scored more among Premier League players in all competitions since then. So it's an incredible... I think it's great credit to him in the way that he's stepped up, and you hear Arteta talking about the way he's tried to learn the role as quickly as he can. He's asking lots of questions, he's studying it. How can I maximise my skills in that area of the pitch? But also credit to Lewis-SKELLY for that assist. 18.
Welcome back to the show. This is Discuss on the Pitch channel. Hit the like button if you are here to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and also turn on the post notification if you're already subscribed. Today we are actually looking at the Arsenal hate. Why is it something that we have to talk about over and over and over and over again? Mikel Arteta, just like in the video I did yesterday, I compared Guardiola to Mikel Arteta, and in relation to what they have done this season, and the fact that Mikel Arteta is actually not getting enough credit is also one of the things I want to talk about. And I also want to look at other pundits who have chosen to always criticize Arsenal for whatever they have done. Now, what you're seeing here is one of the credits that I'm going to give Sky Sports for doing something reasonable this time around, for trying to show the world that Mikel Arteta has actually done something very, very good, using a makeshift striker in Mikel Merino, playing him as a striker. Mikel Merino has scored 6 goals right now, and the only people that have done better than him are Marco Asensio and Bruno Fernandes, who are, by the way, amazing players, and which is very, very understandable. Now, if you see some other levels of punditry, you really understand what I'm talking about, because a lot of people have criticized Mikel Arteta, a lot of people have criticized the whole Arsenal team for trying to take the credit for the things that they have done. 72 or so hours after after the Real Madrid game, where Arsenal obliterated Real Madrid at the Emirates Stadium, we are still not getting enough praises. We are not getting enough praises from to Lewis-SKELLY. We are not getting enough praises to all of these guys that have done this amazing job. And look at this tweet. This tweet reads, I don't get why this is an Arteta thing. Big credit to him for recognizing Merino's potential to play a 9, albeit with few other options. But this Merino run is down to Merino's quality. Then it goes on to say that a coach can't teach a player to play 9 in a few weeks. Football is too manager-centric now. So these are one of the biases that we talk about. If you are saying football is too manager-centric, it is manager-centric because of the fact that Mikel Arteta has done something that you all did not expect him to do. Manager-centric because of the fact that he has actually, done the thing that if it were to be Pep Guardiola that did what he has done, a lot of people would have said it's only Pep Guardiola that could have done it, because of course it's Pep Guardiola. But now Mikel Arteta has done it, and you all want to take it away. If what Mikel Arteta has done, experimenting Mikel Merino as a 9 did not work, a lot of these guys would have said that Mikel Arteta, he doesn't deserve to be a coach, he doesn't know what he's doing, he has spent £700 million plus, he has done this, he has done that. But everybody gives praise to Real Madrid because of course, they can use Bellingham in any position. They can use Bellingham as a 8, they can use Bellingham as 10, they can use Bellingham. It's very, very flexible. But when you use Merino in Arsenal as a striker and he starts to deliver, at the back of the fact that Gabriel Jesus is out, Kai Havertz is injured, still yet it's not the manager's praise. So if it is not the manager's praise, whose praise is it? Is it? I don't even know. Whose praise is it? Is it a Manchester United coach praise? I don't understand. Sometimes as football content creators, things like this actually excite us, to be very honest, because it gives me the ability to want to make a content. But the reality is that there are times you see some things and you really, really just have to own it. You just have to say, okay, now I think Arsenal have done good. I think Mikel Arteta knows what he's doing. I think he understands his team properly. I think he's able to choose the right players for the right moment, which is very, very easy to do. Rather than trying to defend, trying to defame a man that actually knows what he's doing. In my video where I compared Pep Guardiola to Mikel Arteta, in that video, that was in my last video, I said all of these things that Mikel Arteta is doing right now, being the team that has the most injury in the EPL, amongst many other things, if it was Pep Guardiola that was doing this thing with the way Rodri is injured, a couple of guys are injured, if it was still top of the table, the praises would be louder. The praises were obviously going to be louder. And that is going to lead me to our next, tweet where Sneijder, I don't really get what is happening in Holland, where all of these guys are very, very critical of other people. They criticize a lot. And let me show you the tweet so that we can talk about it. This is Sneijder. Sneijder says, I don't think the free kicks, were that impressive. This may sound strange, but it's extremely easy to curve a ball like that, as long as you know how to take a shot. And I know all about this. The wall was at fault. The same for the second free kick. You saw Courtois moving to his right just before Rice took it. A mistake by the goalkeeper. A mistake by the goalkeeper. If the free kick was taken by Lionel Messi, it would have been perfect. Only Lionel Messi could do that. If the free kick was taken by, for example, say Cristiano Ronaldo, only Cristiano Ronaldo could have done that. But if it was taken by somebody wearing Arsenal shirt, for example, it's not a free kick. It is not a free kick. If it was taken by, say, Bukayo Saka, for example, and the world-class debate comes up again, of course, he has not done anything nobody has not done before. They will tell you, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo has done it before. They will tell you Lionel Messi has done it before. They will tell you a lot of players have done it before. Why is it so difficult to just credit Arsenal for the things that they have done? Why? Why is it so difficult to just say that, okay, these guys this time around have done something amazingly well and we need to give them credit? And as far as Sneijder is concerned, this is a conversation that is not for everybody. It's not for everybody simply because of the fact that if you, Sneijder, is able to curve the ball or is able to do these things with the ball, it doesn't mean everybody is able to do it. There can be many footballers, but it's not many footballers that are able, for example, to score a free kick. There are only a handful of footballers that are able to score a free kick. And when you see one that is able to score a free kick, and luckily, Declan Rice is so lucky in that match for the fact that if he had scored just one free kick, for example, people would have said it was luck. But because he scored 2 free kicks, makes it absolutely very, very difficult for these people to say, this was a luck. I hope you get what I'm saying. Makes it very difficult for people to say this was a luck because the technicalities they put into, placing these free kicks, trying to score these free kicks is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And one of the last things I'm going to be talking about is Jamie Carragher. You see, Jamie Carragher can be a very, very amazing pundit. Whenever he's saying the right stuff, you can really enjoy him speaking. All of these things. So let me play this video, of course, on CBS. Then when I play the video on CBS, I talk about it. Then we can pick out 1 or 2 points from the things he has to say.
He is... You talk about fullbacks and you think of sort of at Liverpool with Trent, where they're a little bit different. They're not a normal fullback. You've just mentioned what a young fullback would be. More often than not, if a young player comes through, especially at a big club, the easiest position to come through is probably fullback. You did that, I did that. You sort of bed yourself into the game. Because I'm not saying it's an easy position, but you don't have to be spectacular, if you like. But he's spectacular at left back and he looks like almost one of the best players in the Arsenal team. Oh my God! Wow!
By the way, Carragher here is actually talking about Lewis-SKELLY. He's talking about Lewis-SKELLY, praising Lewis-SKELLY, giving him all the kudos, talking about the good things he has done. And let me just keep playing the video.
It's a central midfield. He's receiving the ball on the half-turn. He's got Mbappe, Vinny Jr. either side of him. He's taking responsibility. And that's where I go back to football arrogance. And it's not about position. It reminds me a little bit of Bellingham at that age. Also Wayne Rooney. Yeah. So when Wayne Rooney first came into the England squad and I was in the squad, he almost as if like, I'm the best player. Give me the ball. No fear. He'd take the ball in difficult situations where when we were young players, you'd come in.
So this is a week Jamie Carragher. When Jamie Carragher really wants to say some nice things, he can really say them very well. When Jamie Carragher really wants to talk good about, you know, amazing things, he can really say them very well. When he decides to do some wonderful punditry, of course, he's the go-to guy. This is Jamie Carragher minus the hate for Lewis-Skelly, full of praise for Lewis-Skelly, saying the right things, the right words, the right time, the right place, you know, identifying his talents and understanding his confidence at this point in time. Understanding the fact that a young player at some point in time can have the confidence and want to really play ball. They can feel on the pitch that give me the ball, I can do wonders with the ball. I don't think this is too hard to know. But what baffles me here is Jamie's agenda. Jamie's agenda here is true, is pure, is honest, is truthful. You know what I'm saying? But whenever it's like there's a difference between the Jamie Carragher we see on CBS Sports and the Jamie Carragher we see obviously on Sky Sports. If you remember the first video I played, the one that has to do with Merino, I talked about Sky Sports, you know, doing something that really excited me for the first time in a long time. Identifying with Mikel Arteta as well as Mikel Merino, saying that Mikel Arteta actually identified Mikel Merino and Mikel Merino himself has actually picked himself up, which is okay. But oftentimes I've always come down on, you know, players like Lewis-Skelly, Arsenal poor run of form, even when they are doing amazingly well, all of these things. Now look at it here, for example. Look at what Jamie Carragher is saying here. Comparing him to Rooney, to Bellingham. I just mentioned Bellingham, who can play many different positions on the pitch. By the way, Lewis-Skelly also can play as a midfielder, can play as a left back, can play several positions on the pitch. 18 years old, had a wonderful performance against Real Madrid. So if these phrases were coming, for example, nobody will be calling, because here now he's not talking about the agenda of over celebrating, of trying to do the things that is not for his age, of trying to do all of those crap that he does talk about in the past. So this is the kind of punditry that we expect from a professional like Jamie Carragher. If Jamie Carragher was doing this kind of punditry, for example, he would have been top, you know, globally. And that is why a lot of people respect Thierry Henry, because Thierry Henry is factual. It goes direct. It goes to the talking point without attacking personalities.
And you'd be like, you'd want to get your first pass off in the game.
Don't get the ball away.
Yeah, just you'd almost want to build into a game, build your confidence. He's got that thing as if he's playing like he's 26 and he's been playing all his life. He is very, very special.
He is very special, coming from Jamie Carragher. This is rare to hear from him. This is special to hear from him, I must say. So these are the kind of punditry that I would really love him to keep doing going forward. You know, criticizing players when you know that you are not being honest. If you have an honest review about a player, if you criticize a player honestly, we would understand that. So guys, this is the video I want to make today. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, drop your comment. It's very important. This is a social driven platform. You know, your comment actually helps to grow the channel. So it is important to drop your comment, to like, to subscribe, and even to share my videos. I'm going to see you in the next one, guys. Until next time, please do stay safe.